one gift that God has given me, the love of books, the golden key that opens an enchanting door to worlds I never knew before, a world of imagination that carried me from pole to pole within a twinkling eye and back again. As a boy, I traveled to places impossible for me to see, and yet my bookshelf made them real to me. The world of my bookshelf, I'll remember it always.
This is The Bookshelf. Adaptations of favorite Christian children's literature. Stories brought to life by The Bookshelf.
The radio stations of the Moody Bible Institute bring you the fourth in a 15-chapter series of The Prairie Princess, created by Margret and freely adapted for radio by Phyllis Fox. The Prairie Princess is the story of the intense joys, disappointments, and personal spiritual growth of the lives of the Scott family, as told by the younger girl, Sarah Naomi Scott, the Prairie Princess.
May 25th. That day I painted the picture of Christmas, Easter, and all my birthdays put together. That day I would have a very special friend. And maybe, just maybe, Aunt Jane and Mama would become real friends once more, too. Almost every day on the way home from school, I stopped at Aunt Jane's house. She had fixed the big downstairs bedroom for Linda. The room was papered pink and white and silver stripes, with bunches of roses climbing all over. The curtains were white and misty-looking. The window frames and the furniture were painted white, and there was a rose flounce around the bed, and on the bed was a pink and white flower quilt. It's beautiful, almost as nice as Linda's name. She's going to love it.
You think so?
I know so. And the music box with the little girl in the swing, why, it's beautiful. Where did you get it?
Oh, somebody gave it to me long ago.
A special friend?
I guess. You better run along now. Your mom will be expecting you. And remember, tomorrow is the big day.
How could I forget? Kathy's fixing my dress tonight, special for tomorrow.
Then we'll see you tomorrow.
With bells on. See you tomorrow. I was so excited. I knew exactly how it was going to be. Linda would see me waiting on the porch for her, and her beautiful face would break into a sad and lonely smile. And from that very minute, we would be best of friends. We would tell each other secrets, laugh at all the silly things, and cry at the sad ones. It was going to be wonderful, and nothing would happen to spoil it.
All right, we'll be there, Mr. Grimes. No, it's quite all right. I'm sure we can make the arrangements. Don't worry, things like that happen. We'll see you in about 4 hours.
Please pass the butter.
Sure. What was that all about?
Harry Grimes. We're going to have to ride into town to sign those wheat contracts.
Oh, that's leaving Kathleen with her hands full.
The princess here can help after school.
Oh, I couldn't.
Why not?
It's the 25th. I promised Aunt Jane I'd visit Linda right after school.
She's been planning on it.
Well, the best laid plans of mice and men.
But Daddy...
If there were any other way to settle this, I would, Sarah, but your mom is needed in town, and Kathleen can't handle all the chores.
I'll make a list for you, and you can do all of it right after school.
But I'll be late.
Oh, not too late, and I'm sure Aunt Jane and Linda will understand.
Mom, please, this is so important.
Sarah, your mom and I have to go to town to sign the papers, and this is an important time on a farm, so please understand.
But Dad, I'll have to walk all the way. That's 3 miles. And then the chores and cleaning up and trying to get to Aunt Jane's.
You'll manage, and Aunt Jane will understand. Now, we can't discuss this anymore.
I'm sorry, Sarah. Sarah?
I have to get ready for school. I wanted to tell them how I really felt, but I knew it would mean not going at all, so I held my tongue. School was hot and muggy. The clock never seemed to move. Finally it ended, and I ran practically all the way home. Kathy was hanging out laundry, and I rushed past her without even saying hello. On the kitchen table beside the dried laundry was a big piece of cardboard propped against the pile. It had my name written on it, and the list Mom had written.
Thanks for being such a good sport, Princess. Here's what you're to do. 1, release the handle of the windmill. Fill the trough, but see to it that it doesn't overflow. 2, toss 25 oat sheaves into the haymow. Better use your hands. Fork tines are dangerous things. 3, round up the cows. Fasten them in their stanchions. 4, feed and water the goslings, as usual. They can skip their swim today, though, don't you think? 5, feed and water the mother hens and their broods. You know where the feed is, don't you? In a sack in the lean-to. 6, fill the wood box. Father split wood this morning. 7, wash, tidy up, and slip into clean things. Surprise! It's lying on your bed. Then be off and have a good time.
I ran upstairs like lightning, and there was a new dress Kathy must have finished this morning. It was blue with a swirly skirt. I put it down carefully and ran downstairs to start my chores. Thanks for making the dress, Kathy.
You're welcome. Did you find the list?
Yep, and I'll have it done before you can say Jack Robinson. Well, as it turned out, I could say Jack Robinson faster than I could get the chores done. Everything started to go wrong, and the picture I painted was full of accidents. I upset the pans of water and scared the baby chickens. The cows were in an ornery mood and wouldn't move fast enough. The goslings thought they were going for a swim, and when I left the gate open, they started to march out. I had to shoo them all back in. So by the time I was finished, it was past 6 o'clock, and I was supposed to have been at Aunt Jane's at 3. I didn't know what to do. I hurried and changed, and then I got an idea that I knew was wrong, but the whole day had gone so badly, I just didn't care at all. Hyacinth was in the pasture, and even though she wasn't a bridle horse, I'd ridden her bareback once or twice. Kathy was in the barn milking, so she didn't see me take her. Twice on the way, Hyacinth tried to turn back, and at the last she was doing a fancy sort of sideways lope. I had to hold on to her neck real tight. By the time I reached Aunt Jane's, I was lying on her neck, trying not to fall off.
Mercy, child, you're going to get hurt.
Steady there now. Come on, Hyacinth. I'll be all right, Aunt Jane.
Are you sure?
Sure. Steady there now. Hyacinth isn't used to having a rider on her back.
Well, he made that quite plain. We'd almost given you up for lost.
I'm sorry I'm so late, Aunt Jane, but I had to go home and do chores.
But I thought you told your parents about today.
Oh, I did, but Mr. Grimes called up, and Mom and Dad had to go into town to sign some papers, and Kathy didn't have anyone to help her because Robbie was out in the fields, and
I think you'd better go inside and clean up.
Clean up? But I did that before I came.
Well, Hyacinth's ride was a bit wild.
I see what you mean. My dress is kind of wrinkled.
And your face a little dusty. Just a splash of water or comb through your hair and you'll look as good as new. Let's hurry. Linda's been waiting for quite a while. Linda, I'd like you to meet Sarah Naomi Scott.
Hello, Linda. I've been looking forward to meeting you so much. Hello.
Well, I'll serve the lunch now. That is, the tea.
That's such a lovely music box. You're late, you know. I know, and I'm real sorry. Being sorry doesn't really mend the matters. You're still late. Well, you see, Mom and Dad had to go into town to sign some papers, and I had extra chores to do before coming over, and the baby ducks gave me... Are you referring to goslings? Yeah. You did know that the proper name for baby ducks is goslings. Of course I did. Oh. Anyway, I had work to do, and everything seemed to go wrong, like the baby goslings, thinking they were supposed to go swimming. What do you mean, think? Well, every day I take them down to the stream and take them in swimming.
You mean you go in swimming with them?
Yes.
How unsanitary.
Well, it's not, really. Well, and other things happened too. And I got ready and rode over as fast as I could.
If you call that riding, in Borneo we used to go riding every morning, my father and I, in real riding clothes and lovely saddles and everything.
It must have been wonderful. I'm sorry you can't ride anymore.
I hate people who feel sorry for me.
I didn't mean it that way. I just...
Well, here we are. I hope you're hungry.
Oh, it's beautiful, Aunt Jane. You didn't have to go to all that trouble.
It was nothing.
Those creamy things look real good.
They're called tarts.
Oh.
Would you like to pour the tea, Linda?
Here, I can hold the cups.
That's not the proper way to pour tea. You don't hold the cups.
Oh.
Do you prefer 1 lump or 2?
1 lump or 2 of what?
Sugar, dear.
They come in lumps?
Haven't you ever seen a sugar lump before?
I don't think so. I take 2 teaspoons of sugar, though.
Well, that would be 2 lumps.
Milk, of course.
No, thank you.
Sarah, why don't you try one of those tarts you were eyeing?
Yes, I think I will. Oh, those dolls. I didn't see them. Why, they're so beautiful.
Don't touch them. They're very delicate. I don't want them to get broken or dirty.
Sarah, dear, would you mind adding some hot water to the teapot? The water's boiling on the stove.
All right, Aunt Jane.
Linda, she's a very lovely girl, and she wants to be your friend. Perhaps you're tired.
I'm not tired.
Maybe it wasn't wise for me to invite anyone on the day you arrived.
I want you to send her away.
What?
I want her to go away. I don't want to see her, not today or ever.
Oh, Linda.
She's awful. She's crude. She smells horsey, and she came on that horrid beast because she knows I'll never be able to ride again.
Oh, Linda, please.
She did. I just know she did. Her hair uncombed and her dress all rumpled. Imagine going out to tea like that after keeping everyone waiting for hours.
Oh, I didn't mean to break it. I'm sorry. I've got to go. Oh, excuse me. I ran from the house, and the picture I painted that day was full of tears, all belonging to me. I jumped on Hyacinth and started home. The tears were coming so fast I couldn't see. The only thing I could hear was Linda saying,
She's awful. She's crude. She smells.
I wanted to get home as fast as I could, but suddenly Hyacinth started to act up, rearing, prancing, snorting. I couldn't handle him, and I was scared. Please, Hyacinth, stop it! Hyacinth, just please walk. Just, Hyacinth, please. Oh no, Hyacinth, please! I can't hold on. Please stop it! I'm gonna fall. Please!
This has been the 4th in a 15-chapter series of The Prairie Princess, created by Margret Epp and freely adapted for radio by Phyllis Fox. Join us next time as we bring you the 5th chapter of The Prairie Princess.
You've been listening to another dramatic adaptation of Christian children's literature, brought to life by the Bookshelf. This has been a radio presentation produced by the Broadcasting Department of the Moody Bible Institute.